Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. This is Steve here. This is the V-Twin Racing channel. I want to talk a little bit today. Before I get into that, I guess, look, we're approaching. It's a milestone to me. 500 subscribers. Okay, we're getting close. I ever hit 10,000, I'll probably do backflips and stuff like that, but not hold my breath. I want to say thanks to everybody that does subscribe to the channel and comment and like and support and interact. I appreciate you guys. It makes this worthwhile to me. Anyway, got that out of the way. Thank you. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider it. It's free. You just have to start a YouTube account. Doesn't cost you anything, and you can subscribe, hit the notifications when new videos come out. Okay, enough of that. What I wanted to talk about today was basically this bike right here, which is affectionately known as the OG or the original Sportster. It started all this mess. I started this channel, and believe it or not, it wasn't even really V-Twin related. I had gotten back into dirt bikes and stuff after so many years away from it all, and drag racing. I gave up everything for probably about 11, 12 years, and bought a brand new Honda dirt bike. A few months later, it ended up getting stolen, along with my other. I had two dirt bikes. They both got stolen. You can see it back. You go back in the channel, you can see. But I had picked this thing up. This 98. It's an 883. Well, it's what it was originally. XL 883. And I thought to myself, I'd do something, like budget, get back into racing real cheap. So that's what I bought this bike for. We bought it for $1,300. Had a rod knocking in it. When this has a clean title and everything, it's a good bike. Here come my chickens, so you're probably gonna hear them squawking. Why don't you guys go do something? Go do something. Get out of there. Get out of there. Hold on. Damn chickens. Anyway, so go on. Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Okay, so I started this project with the full intention of it being a budget build and to help others get started in racing cheap. Get out of here. You don't need to get in a trailer. Get. And you nosy asses, get out of here. I cannot stop these chickens from trying to jump in this trailer. Get out of here. Get. Go on. Get. Go do something. Get out of here. Get. Anyway, sorry. Get. I can't make videos without chickens. Anyway, I started with this with the full intent of showcasing how anybody could just basically build a cheap budget bike and get started in drag racing with a Harley. So I believe I failed at that miserably because I lost sight of what I was doing and I just went crazy with this bike. Now this is, for all intents and purposes, just an ET bracket bike. It's not fast enough really to do anything else with. But when I originally started, I was on the right track. The bike was stock wheelbase. It still had an original Harley back wheel on it. I did, however, put a katana wheel on the front of it. and to help lighten it up. Just a little whatever trick. It wasn't that expensive. I had a couple $100 in putting the front wheel on it. Air shifter, you know, basic stuff. Wasn't much to it. And I ran it for a year like that with I bought a 10-to-1 compression 1275 kit from Hammer Performance. Hey, Charlie. And it had thunderstorm heads on it when I got it, so I just reused those, freshened them up. Some Andrews N4 cams, a little 42 Mikuni, carburetor. So it wasn't anything crazy. It ran, let's see, a stock wheelbase trim, my best ET on that, and this is all 1/8 mile because I really don't do any quarter-mile drag racing, very seldom. The best ET I'm wanting to say was about in stock wheelbase, and I was like a 748. I think I ran a 748, 45, something like that. Get out of here, woman. Happy, go away. Go, get. And you know, and I wanted more. So if that first rendition of that bike was a true budget bike, then I did my job, because I didn't have a ton of money in it. And then over the next winter, I proceeded to put a sport bike front end on the thing, a chrome molly arm. In its current configuration, it has struts. It has a sport bike back wheel on it and brakes. I went up to a 48 Mikuni. I took my thunderstorm heads and sent them to Hammer Dan, and had his, they call it the sledge, or the smash, or the sledge, I don't know. It's like a stage 2. I don't remember. Anyway, it was this mid-tier cylinder head package. And I replaced the pistons with some 13.5-to-1s, and I put his HP 560 cams in it. And keep in mind, I weigh 200 pounds, and my personal best on this bike thus far was a 149 60-foot. Ran a 680 at like 105. So it runs a little faster, runs a little bit faster than it did before. Well, considerably, but I also ran it 1 year with the other motor, with it stretched out and everything. It was, and my personal best with that same engine, with the bike lightened up and stretched out, I actually got a 714 out of it, just by doing a better job with the chassis on it, which I wouldn't consider. I really don't consider anything I've done to this bike really that extreme or expensive. I probably all in from the starting point, cost of the bike, and everything I have done to it since, up to the point where it is, I'm probably about $8,000 into this bike. Most of it's engine, expense. So cylinder head work, piston kits, camshafts, all that stuff adds up. You definitely can go with a lot less. And like I said, with that very mild, stockish motor on this, I still went low 7s. So, I guess the point is, I feel like I'm kind of losing my way, especially with the other bike. I had the aspirations to do some heads-up racing, and I went completely off the reservation with that thing, but unfortunately in the wrong direction every time. Spent a bunch of money and haven't gotten anywhere with it. So at this point, the silver one back there, okay, is, okay, quick history on that one. Was a 07 fuel injected turbocharged bike when I bought it for $10,000. No fault of the guy I bought it from. His bike was fine. I just didn't realize the what I was getting myself into with that. In my mind, what should have worked wasn't working. And so I pulled the plug, ripped the turbo off, ripped the fuel injection off of it, and proceeded to try to make it a naturally aspirated bike. Well, I've done that. Done things with this motorcycle over here, the silver one, that were never intended to be done to that engine, like running a standalone ignition on it with no timing marks. You know, I'm finding top dead center with an indicator and a top dead center tool to static time it. I may or may not have the timing way off on it. I mean, it starts, it idles, it runs fine. I've been chasing after a setup on that bike for almost 2 years now. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. But I'm working through some issues, mostly self-inflicted, with the carburetor. I've got really good equipment there. I've just got to learn how to make it work, learn more about it or something, I don't know. But so anyway, that entire motorcycle is completely the opposite of what I was trying to accomplish. But I got that taste for that heads up and the racing, which honestly, I would be so tickled if there was some index racing for motorcycles somewhere around here where I live, where I could just go and index race all the time. To me, that'd be heaven, because it's the best of both worlds. You get that pro tree, and you still got to have your game on the other end of the track, which I love it. Regular bracket racing, I don't really care much for anymore. I've done it my whole life. It's just, you know, it's fine. It gets anybody into the sport, but I've just done it for so many years. I just really ain't interested in it. The heads up stuff I probably can't afford to do, so I should probably just stop it with that. It would be different if I've spent 20 years, you know, or more with this same bike, just slowly upgrading it, and got it to a point to where it was a competitive bike. But unfortunately, I'm out of time. I don't have that much time left, so to do that, and I can't buy my way in. I just can't. So even if I bought the best state-of-the-art stuff, and you know, that's out there, it still doesn't guarantee I'm going to run away with any championships or anything. So, but I would say moving forward, I think I'm going to try to acquire another, just an old stocker Sportster, and try this again. Hopefully brings out the message that I wanted to in the first place, where, you know, this black bike here has evolved from a budget bike into something not so budget. But get out of here, go. Not so budget. And the silver one is completely off the reservation. I don't even want to tell you how much money I've got sunk in that bike, and it's ridiculous. It's a rubber mount is too heavy. You know, I'm working on another chassis to take the place of that one. That's hopefully gonna, not ready to give up on it yet. I just have to resign myself to the fact that I'm probably never going to run away with it, and just being there, I guess, is good enough. And I do that by knowing that I've built the best bike that I can with my resources, and just go have fun with it. I'm probably going to have to, next year, I think I'm going to focus more on the ones I can hit, like AMRA. I don't know that AHDRA will be around next year. I think Bill's planning on retiring. I don't know if somebody will buy it. Whatever. That's either here or there. But we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to try to do some index racing, because that's what I really enjoy within my budget anyway. So I know This one here will run the 1150 class for sure. Should run a 1090, but I know me. There'll be a problem why I can't do it. But it'll run the 1150 class, no problem. That's index racing. It's fun. It's tough. All the guys doing it are real sharp. So that, to me, that's the fun part. You know, being able to mix it up with them guys that are really tight and know what they're doing. So the heads up thing, I don't know. We got one more race left this year, and if I can't at least get a round win, if I don't get that thing fast enough to at least get a single round win, then I don't know. I think it's gonna. I may go ahead and move the parts over to that solid mounted frame anyway. Maybe repurpose this top end over there onto that what I've already got, and but then I still have to buy a set of get out of here. I still have to buy a set of flywheels. So then again, maybe I'll just take that S&S carburetor off of that bike and put a Mikuni on it and make it an index bike and leave it like it is. I don't know. That would be the cheapest route for me to go, and just stop it with this heads up stuff. So anyway, like I said, my mission has been very clouded. what I set out to do originally, and I'm going to try to get back to that. Maybe stop the hemorrhaging here, so to speak, with these bikes and the money and chasing after. Nothing wrong with dreaming. Nothing wrong with chasing after your dream. I mean, you can't get there if you don't work at it. And I've definitely done everything wrong the last 2 years, and I don't know. It's nobody's fault but my own. I've had a lot of good guys working hard to help me out, and I appreciate their help. And but at the end of the day, I think it's getting about time to pull the plug on that deal and just focus on some index racing next year. If I can only get out 2 or 3 times to ones that are close to me, so be it. The local bracket scene is pretty much dead as far as motorcycles go. Get out of here. As far as motorcycles go, the local bracket scene is dead. Tracks have just discontinued the motorcycle class because they can't get more than 2 guys to show up. So why bother with a point system or any of that if 1 or 2 guys show up? So I'm going to be looking at that extra hard too, and see if I can't find a track that's within an hour and a half of me that actually has a healthy motorcycle bracket program, and try to get involved in that as well. But I think this next race with the All Harley World Shootout probably be my last one there. I think I just don't have the tools to get that job done. I don't. So, but we're going to continue working on that other chassis in there, and try to get back to the roots of why I started doing this to begin with, and step away from the big fanciness that I've been trying to get myself involved in that I can't get done. Get out of here. So, thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and we'll see you in the next one.